Alright guys, welcome back to Rock Guitar School. So, got another video here with my EVH 5153, the 50 watt. So I figured it'd be a good video to do just basically focusing on the resonance control. You know, I've done a ton of other videos on this particular amp. Haven't really focused too much on the resonance control, but it is one of the most important features of the amp. So basically how the amp works, you've got your EQ in the front end of the amp, right? So that's your preamp. So then after that, you have your power amp section. So what happens is, you know, basically what you're doing is you're fine tuning after the fact. So you get your power amp, you've got your preamp first with your your EQ in the front of the amp, and then you've got your power amp where you have your resonance control and your presence control. And so that basically affects the entire picture of the amp. So, you know, the way this works is like I've got it dialed all the way back, so it's sounding really, really good. You know, I've got the gain about, you know, at the midway point at noon right now on the blue channel. It sounds really, really tight. So basically the way that it works, like if you have this thing dialed all the way back, so, I mean, considering like, you know, you can't dial it all the way, you know, down to 6 o'clock. So it's about, let's say 7 o'clock, so basically all the way back, right? Counterclockwise. I really like that, like especially like if you're playing like thrash, and you know that's just a you know, definitely gives you that chug. That's really another point of this whole control. This is gonna really affect, like if you're really into that kind of stuff, this is gonna change like your whole life. This control is so important with all that stuff. I mean, just for an example, like if I were just like play like the low E string just on a mute. So you can see how that, you know, as I increased it all the way to max, you hear it start to fatten up, right? And just kind of gets really kind of flubby. That's, to me, that doesn't sound too good. So, you know, generally, like where I usually keep it is like, it's kind of like a happy balance. You know, that's really like, you know, my personal taste. I want to have a balance of pretty much everything. Like, I'm not like a straight metal guy. I'm not like a straight, like, country guy, or like, I like a little bit of everything. So like I want to, like if I'm going to go on stage, I want to be able to go from like, I don't know, like a Michael Jackson tune to like Metallica. It gives you that tighter response. So like if I'm dialing it all the way back, you know, I generally keep it around 10, right? So 10 is kind of like a happy medium. You can keep it at 9 and then just kind of like have that happy balance. You know what I mean? You know, it's funny, once you start to take these things apart, like you start to discover, like you'll have one setting and like, oh, like that's my setting, like I'm never going to change it. Just messing with this thing now, like I'm realizing like, wow, the resonance control is really, really powerful. And like actually where I had it, I'm like, wow, I had it at 10 and it actually sounds better below that, you know what I mean? I would say like 10 and below is like kind of like where it's at. This is like 10, 9, about 8 o'clock, 7. pretty much dialed in. Right, see here, like once you start getting past like 11, even dialed all the way back, it's this is really around 7, 8 o'clock. Really, really tight. Especially, you know, hearing that Metallica, that old school, like very, very, very mid focus. Like that's what happens once you start really dialing in those you know, once you have your mids dialed in, then you tighten it up with the bass response. There you go, guys. So you know, you learn something new every day. You know, I learned actually like that. I actually like that resonance control actually lower than what I've been using it at. So a little bit below 9 o'clock, about 8 o'clock here. So sounds really good to me. Hope it sounds good to you guys. You know, if you guys have any questions, I have Instagram. I've got Facebook too. Don't really use Facebook too much. You know, follow me on Instagram. I post some funny stuff on there. And you know, of course, if you like the video, give me a like. Subscribe for more videos, guys. More to come. Have a great day, guys. Rock on.